Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Joe and I'm a technology strategist and business consultant helping small businesses thrive and grow. In this video, I'm going to go over 7 steps and tools on how to start one of the most profitable niches in the home services industry that you can start without a formal training or education. And that's a cleaning business, with many entrepreneurs netting $1,000 a day within 3 years if you start and scale the business properly. With the technology and systems available to entrepreneurs today, a single entrepreneur can do the work of 5 different people compared to just a decade or so ago. So it's one of the best times to start your own business like I did with my consulting agency. I'll also include a bonus tip on how you can personalize your business, be creative, and set yourself apart from other cleaning businesses and carve out your own specialty market, so stay tuned till the end. And with that, let's dive right in. Your first step might be obvious, but it's defining the nature of your business, and that's what your niche will be. This will set the stage on how the rest of these steps will go. There's really 2 main ways to define how to start a business. The first is to take over an existing one or a franchise, or second, fully start one from the ground up. For this video, we're only going to focus on building one from scratch. For a cleaning business, you have to go a step further and define if you want to target residential or commercial, since these have very different approaches in what your world will look like and what kind of work you need to actually do to get started. I recommend only choosing one so you can focus your efforts and energy without spreading yourself and your capital too thin. Here's the simplified difference between the two when you're just starting out. If you target residential, marketing yourself is going to take up the biggest portion of your time compared to commercial, where you're going to have to polish up your sales skills to sell not just your services, but also yourself to your business buyers. Not to say you don't need sales skills when you're doing residential, since you can go door to door, but you have more cost-effective avenues to target a residential market, but also a smaller upside in relative revenues. My advice is to look at your own skill set and local market to figure out what's best for you. If you have a lot of residential housing in your area, have access to go door to door, or like marketing in general, then residential might be a good fit for you, but it's going to take a lot more effort and for a lot less pay. If you're good at sales, are persistent, have good business acumen, or are willing to learn, and you can picture yourself cold calling, business networking, or door knocking office managers in similar businesses, then commercial is a higher skill, higher reward path, and that's what I'll be covering in this video. Step 2, once you're set on your business, is registration. Whether it's a sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, or corporation, register it accordingly. Sole proprietorships and partnerships register with the local county register of deeds, while LLCs and corporations register typically with the Secretary of State. Definitely check out other YouTube videos on how to figure out what's right for you in your area. In Canada, where I'm from, there's a company called Owner that I'll link to in the description below that makes it super simple and combines all of the business registration steps that you need to do in one place. I'm not sure if this exists in the US, but it's a great solution for Canadians. Off the bat, 99% of you don't need to incorporate right away, so you can just choose the cheaper option unless you know you're going to incorporate in the future or just want to avoid the hassle of switching after the fact. You also want the absolute basics here. Get a rough logo and a trade name, or what you're going to do business as. This also doesn't need to be super expensive. There's tech out there like a system called Looka that makes it super simple to play around, design unlimited amounts of logos absolutely free, and you only pay for the logo when you're happy with the end result, unlike getting one off of Fiverr or Upwork, who are probably using the same tools. You then get all the formats you need for both websites, videos, and even print media, and I've personally used them for several of my businesses, and they're pretty great. But if you are particular about your logo, Fiverr is probably one of the easiest and most cost-effective ways to get these skills at a reasonable cost. Step 3 is still planning, but absolutely important. You need to figure out and set up your finances. Do you have capital to use? Are you completely bootstrapping? What existing assets or equipment do you have? One of the biggest benefits of business ownership is business expenses and tax deductions, but you're also going to need to track it. If you're tight for cash, you can track this on an Excel sheet, but I highly recommend starting out with an accounting software right away because using the software automates a lot of things in the business. But it will also teach you as you go, so it becomes an educational process as well. Not to mention making it extremely simple to hire an accountant in the future, do your taxes very simply, and make sure you don't miss any deductions, and most importantly, make sure the IRS or the CRA doesn't get on your back. Personally, I use QuickBooks, but if you're starting out, you can also use FreshBooks as a cheaper alternative, depending on what offers they have available. I post the latest offers in the description below as well, so make sure to look at both before doing the free trial on either one and picking one for yourself. Another benefit of doing this right away is the automation you get. I highly recommend getting a specific credit card for your business and charge all of your expenses on it. With QuickBooks as an example, you can typically link your card with the software and it tracks all of your expenses automatically, so you can easily do your own books without having to hire a bookkeeper right away. In the cleaning business, you may already own some equipment, such as a vacuum or a mop, which reduces your initial costs, but otherwise, plan out what you might need to get started. Don't forget about how to differentiate yourself here. It becomes a differentiator to market yourself as a cleaning company that uses your own equipment and materials, and even go a step further to market yourself as a green cleaning company, as an example, who only uses organic or non-toxic cleaning materials and charge a premium price accordingly. This can be an effective strategy, especially for business-to-business cleaning companies. Now, step 4 is where rubber meets the road. In the commercial or B2B space, sales is the name of the game, as with most businesses. You can do this two ways, in person or digitally. The in-person route is twofold. Your easiest clients will be friends, family, and acquaintances. There's specific ways to approach this, and there's already a lot of sales content creators out there like Alex Hormozy that covers it. But in short, plan a way to figure out how to land your first 5 clients and find the right sales content accordingly. The second in-person path is a bit more old school, but still definitely effective, where you can also get out into the community and establish relationships with business owners and managers. You can attend networking groups through Facebook or Meetup, or engaging with your local chamber of commerce are just some ways to do this. These connections lead to business opportunities when potential clients are actually in need of cleaning services and they think, oh, I should talk to that guy that I met at the group. However, in-person approaches has a limit to scale, and you can only do so much. Hiring salespeople can also be more expensive and more of a headache if you haven't managed salespeople before. If you want to skyrocket your reach, this is where technology comes in. So my personal background before I started my business was in business tech sales, and the industry when I sold to other small businesses revolved around cold calling and selling to other businesses outside of inbound marketing leads. Our best tools were sales automation and sales leads lists like Apollo.io or ZoomInfo, along with a CRM like HubSpot or Pipedrive. I'll make a separate video showing how to use these effectively, so like and subscribe to the channel if you want to get notified. But the short of it is that you get your contact information like phone numbers and emails of business owners from Apollo or ZoomInfo, and you reach out to them across multiple channels through automation built either into your CRM platform or the platforms themselves, like Apollo has it built in, to set up a meeting and describe an offer that they can't refuse. I have a list of different tools and recommendations that you can use for B2B sales on my website, rehash.tech, and I also provide free 15-minute consultations if you need some help figuring out what solution is best for your particular situation. Of course, the next step is to make sure you get some contracts signed. Once you have the first few meetings with your clients, you're going to go through a walkthrough of the place that needs to be cleaned, and you have to give them an estimate. This part is outside my personal realm of expertise, but there's a great video by the channel Commercial Cleaning Connections that I'll link down below, who has a video showing how to price and quote a commercial cleaning job along with a specific formula, and I'm sure there's other similar videos out there as well. Once you have your first 5 contracts sold, you've officially passed one of the biggest milestones in your business. It's at this point that you need to start thinking about how you're going to grow the business. This means automating or delegating things that you're physically doing in the business. If your goal to starting a business is financial freedom, you have to start thinking 3 years into the future and figuring out a plan on how to slowly delegate or automate parts of the business that you don't want to do yourself to either different people or different technology. A business, after all, is just another job if you stop making money when you stop doing the work. I've posted 2 videos I recommend at this point. The first is probably the most important, which is choosing the right business management app specific to home services that can automate a lot of the things you're doing today, like Jobber, Housecall Pro, or Thrive. The second is about your online presence. If you want to start getting more credibility and making it easier to land more deals, not to mention getting more leads, I'll be posting a video about how to set up a Google My Business profile, which is super important for a cleaning business that services local area, and it's also free. But also a video I recently posted about how to get a website that doesn't cost thousands of dollars, but still converts and brings in new leads while automating your business, acting as your 24/7 salesperson. All of these videos I'll be posting in the description below. And that's it. Of course, this is a simplified breakdown of the process, so check out my channel for other videos on other great technology, tools, and processes available to entrepreneurs today to manage and run your business once you have it set up. But as a final bonus tip, keep your eye out on interesting opportunities and trends. For example, depending on your area, you can start targeting Airbnb owners and cater specifically to cleaning post-stay Airbnbs. Look for very specific use cases and problems people are willing to solve and pay for in the cleaning niche, and use that as the beachhead to master that specific use case. The more specific your ideal customer profile, the more successful you'll be in booking calls and closing deals. Hope that helped you out. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for me or other entrepreneurs, pop them into the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and hopefully you've subscribed, and I'll see you all in the next one.